Greetings, blessings, and joy, my children. This is Mother Gaia. It is such a pleasure to come to you with this message as my channel has come to one of his favorite places. It is a place you call Castle Rock. It has these beautiful stones and boulders which are hollowed out. These were once sand by the sea that has been forced up through my shifting to a mountaintop over many, many eons. It is such a beautiful place with so much ancient energy, and we are most pleased that this channel has chosen this location to bring us forward. This channel has asked that we speak to you on the subject of pleasure. This is something that many of you have many taboos, many guidelines around to control how you indulge in your pleasures, to control and make sure that you do not overindulge, or that those who are not permitted to indulge in such pleasures do not do so. These rules are entirely made up by you. In a previous message, Archangel Sandalphon delivered the guideline of, is it helpful or is it harmful? Is it constructive or is it destructive? Beloved children, you are a physical being. You have been endowed in your incarnation with multiple senses. These are the beauty of the consciousness experience in the physical body. You are able to see beautiful colors, shapes, vistas. You can use your eyes to analyze works of art, to see the beauty in a tree, in a leaf, in a stone, in another's form, in an animal, in your pet, in paintings. There is so many ways that you can use the sense of sight to bring pleasure to yourself. This is a holy thing. It is something you can treasure. And for those who do not have the sense of sight, you are here to experience an exquisite type of exclusion. It is its own form of beauty, for it encourages you to experience the world in different ways than if you were to rely on your sense of vision. This is true of any sense that you have lost. You still have so many ways to experience your world and to experience pleasure. You have a sense of hearing. This allows you to experience beautiful music, or the sounds of the rain on the forest floor, the cries of your children as they long to be close to you, or the soft mewling of a kitty cat. There are so many ways that you can derive pleasure. This channel has asked me to speak on this subject because they are just now realizing, as a process of their unfoldment, that there was many things they were prohibited from enjoying. They were termed unwholesome or ungodly. This is the idea that when you experience pleasure, it must be wholesome. Beloved, this is another definition that you have arbitrarily assigned to yourselves. What is wholesome or unwholesome is entirely a subjective matter. But in general, what is wholesome can be redefined in this moment to be in alignment with the principle of, is it constructive or is it destructive? For the pleasure of taste, to enjoy your food, many of you have this opportunity on a daily basis. You are able to enjoy delicious foods, but you must balance. You must make sure that you are not overindulging, because then it is not the overindulgence, it is the destruction. It is the destruction to your bloodstream. It is the destruction to your muscular system if you are malnourished. It is a destruction of your ability to connect with your own body. Your relationship with your body becomes threatened if you do not find the proper balance and you only chase the high of pleasure from extreme ends of taste. In this particular realm, we are speaking to this channel who is, of course, working always to find a more healthy way of consuming nutrients. And for this, we would like to say there is an opportunity for him and for others watching to enjoy simpler foods. You have saturated your palates with those pleasures that are so extreme on the spectrum of salt or sweet or fat. It is not that these things are bad, they are pleasures to be enjoyed, they are holy things. But when you find them only expecting them to be the most extreme ends of those spectrums, you are going to miss so much more pleasure. The pleasure of the simple sweetness of biting into a tomato, which is very sweet, but so many of you do not even consider a tomato to be sweet, for you have drenched your palate in refined sugars. You cannot taste the subtle, the complex, the intricate notes of flavor in a tomato. This is a wonderful principle if you begin to recognize that you are saturating other senses of yours in pleasure that is so extreme, it is the only way you can feel something. This is an imbalance. This is destruction. That being said, any pleasure that you can experience that builds connection to yourself, a pleasure that builds connection to your heart center or to your physical body or your emotional body, a pleasure that builds connection between you and another being or multiple other beings. This is a good and holy pleasure. It is a pleasure that can build bonds of community and build bonds of connection and concern and unconditional love. This is why it is so pleasurable to eat a meal with others, to share in the food that your hands have prepared for one another. It is sharing your heart energy, sharing the nutrients with one another in a collective experience that you get to walk with others through that experience, building bonds of friendship and love and concern, deep, intimate knowledge of the other beings. These are holy things, and you should not place undue restrictions on these types of pleasures. So these are the principles that we will give you on this subject. Is it an extreme? Are you pushing yourself to a limit? And this can even be done with those things with which you consider good. For those who have tried to restrict their eating, many of you have struggled with eating disorders where you will find yourself so tied into not consuming a large amount that you develop what you call anorexia, or those who would experience the joy of a food only to purge it from your system, breaking the bonds of care and concern between yourself and your own body, for you are depriving it of the nourishment that you gave it at one time. So this is a simple way to begin to analyze this question of which pleasures are good, which pleasures are bad. The answer is none of them are good or bad. They are neutral. It is how you approach them. And this is the third point we wish to raise on this subject. How you approach an experience, how you interpret and receive and consume a pleasure changes the energetic frequency. If you were listening to a beautiful piece of music at a concert and you were enraptured with the harmonies, with the complexities, with the skill of the musicians, that is how you are choosing to receive that beautiful piece of music. But let us say you love this piece of music and you buy it and you listen to recordings and you begin to blast it into headphones directly into the ear canal, blasting your eardrums with sound, amplifying the glorious music to an unhealthy volume. This would be destructive, for you are receiving it in a different way. It changes the energy. This is also true of things like love, things like food, other pleasures connected to other senses. If you are sharing a moment of love and affection with another being, that is a beautiful thing. That is a lovely, beautiful connection. But if in doing so you are breaking a bond of commitment to another being, that is not healthy. That is destructive. Yes? So this begins to make sense. But if you are experiencing that same bond of love and affection with those who are all here gathered in a group to experience one another's hearts, to experience one another's innermost selves, that is a holy thing. That is something that you can fully partake in with joy and gratitude. For those of you who struggle with food and consumption, I have a specific exercise for you, but this speaks to all versions of your senses and pleasures. The next time someone brings something you think is unhealthy, let us say a fried dough, donuts as you call them, and you think, oh, this is unhealthy, I should not, but I am tempted, I want to partake, but I should not. You are sending a message to your physical being that this is poison, that this is something that it must process quickly and discard quickly, that it is going to only bring harm to your physical body. You then ingest that energy into your system. Rather, if you have the willpower to say, no, thank you, I will partake another time, then do so. But if you really wish to share a moment with friends, with co-workers, those who maybe have provided this treat, maybe they made it, and it has their love and affection even baked in, then go ahead and do so. Receive with gratitude, receive with love, taste the love and concern they put into the food itself. This then will become part of your system. For how you receive these pleasures becomes part of who you are. If you receive them with guilt, with feelings of woe and destruction, that is what you will reap in the physical being. But if you receive them with joy, with gratitude, you are on the path of becoming in harmonic resonance with your own being. This is a beautiful thing. As you move through this world, you will have many choices of how to react to the world around you and to the experiences that present themselves. It is your sovereign right to choose how to receive for yourself. Do yourself a favor and choose the happy, love-filled, gratitude-filled path. Peace, blessings, and joy to you, my children. This was Mother Gaia. This is such a beautiful park. I really do love coming here, and it's raining today, and I thought, oh, it'll be so great. There'll be nobody out. And this isn't even one of the main paths. This is sort of a side path. And I've had to stop twice for people passing by. So this took a little longer to record today, and I had to bring in Mother Gaia, but it was so worth it. And there's so much joy. I think the main energy I felt from her during that channeling was pity for those of us who feel unable to just receive joy and receive good things and be grateful for that energy, the opportunity to partake in it. So I'm going to carry that feeling forward, and instead of feeling bad and feeling sorry for myself, just receive and just be in the moment. And I think that's good for all of us to remember, just especially as we head into a winter break, many of us will be celebrating or certain holidays or getting together with family. And as you do that, just look for opportunities to receive and give the same kinds of pleasures to others. It's such a wonderful time to connect and to live in that energy. So thanks for connecting with us here today and watching, and I'll see you next week. Until that time, remember, everything in the universe is made of love, and that includes you and me. Thanks for watching. This is Daniel Zafer-Joyce for Universal.